Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Let's take a look at the most influential economic systems in world history. The first one is, of course, capitalism. Capitalism emerged in Europe in the 16th century, the era of great geographical discoveries when European nations began to explore and conquer the non-European parts of the world. Capitalism is an economic system based on the private ownership of the means of production and the pursuit of profit. The key features of capitalism are free markets, competition, wage labor, and the accumulation of capital. Capitalism proved to be extremely successful in generating wealth and economic growth. Under this system, entrepreneurs took risks, invested capital, and reaped the rewards. Innovations and technological advancements became the norm. Capitalism also led to the rise of large cities and the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few. However, it also resulted in massive wealth disparities and the concentration of economic power in the hands of a small percentage of the population. Capitalism has been both praised for its efficiency and innovation, and criticized for its tendency to create inequality and instability. Feudalism is another influential economic system that shaped world history. Feudalism was a decentralized economic system that emerged in medieval Europe during the 9th century. It was based on a hierarchical structure of obligations between the king, the nobility, and the peasantry. The king granted land to the nobility in exchange for military service and loyalty, and the peasants were granted the right to farm the land in exchange for their labor. The feudal system was self-sufficient and primarily agricultural with limited trade and economic mobility. While it provided stability and order in a decentralized way, it also limited innovation and economic growth. The rigid social hierarchy and lack of economic mobility stifled creativity and discouraged entrepreneurship. Mercantilism was a dominant economic system in the 16th and 17th centuries. Mercantilism was an economic policy that sought to increase a nation's wealth through the accumulation of gold and silver and the promotion of exports. Mercantilist policies often involved government intervention in the economy through tariffs, subsidies, and the establishment of colonies. Mercantilism was closely linked to colonialism as European powers competed for resources and markets around the world. The main goal of mercantilism was to achieve a favorable balance of trade by exporting more goods than were imported. This system often led to conflicts between nations as they sought to protect their own markets and gain access to the markets of others. The fourth economic system to influence world history is socialism. In contrast to capitalism, socialism advocates for the collective or state ownership of the means of production. Socialism promotes social equality and economic justice through the equitable distribution of wealth and the provision of basic services such as healthcare and education. Socialism has inspired various political movements and revolutions throughout history, such as the Russian Revolution of 1917, which led to the establishment of the Soviet Union, the first socialist state. Different forms of socialism have emerged over time, including utopian socialism, revolutionary socialism, and market socialism. Each variant has its own approach to implementing socialist principles and achieving economic and social change. Finally, we have the command economy, also known as a planned economy. This economic system is characterized by centralized planning and control of the economy by the government. The government makes decisions regarding what goods and services are produced, how they are produced, and how they are distributed. The command economy is an example of a totally centralized economic system. The government sets prices, production quotas, and employment levels. The primary goal of a command economy is to allocate resources efficiently and provide essential goods and services to the population. Advocates of this system argue that it can help reduce inequality and provide greater economic security for citizens. However, critics argue that command economies often lead to shortages, inefficiencies, and a lack of innovation. These 5 economic systems represent some of the most influential and consequential economic models in world history. They have shaped the way economies function, societies are organized, and nations interact. Understanding these systems and their impact on world history is crucial for comprehending the complexities of our interconnected global economy today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.